Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of eXp Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com. Chris Nolan grew up in New York until he joined the U.S. Marine Corps in 1996. He then joined the U.S. Capitol Police until making the transition to real estate. Shortly after, the Nolan Group was formed. They continue to strive for the best possible experience for buyers and sellers. How can they help you in your journey? And now, here's The Nolan Show with your host, Chris Nolan.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nolan Show, and glad you're tuning in. And with me, as always, we do have Kayla Lambert here in the studio with us. Hello, Kayla.
Hello.
How you doing? Everything good?
Everything's good.
Awesome. We do have an extra special guest joining us all the way out from Austria, Alisa Makarikhina. I apologize about that. Old friend of mine. We've known Alisa for a long time. She's actually a Ukrainian citizen that has had to leave her home, and she's now in Austria, and she's been there spending a lot of her time helping a lot of the other refugees. How you doing today, Alisa?
Thanks, Chris. More or less good.
Yeah.
At least this could be in this situation.
So I know you've had to leave everything behind. You're there with your daughter and your mother. How's everything going over there? I know you've been helping a lot of people.
A lot of people trying to escape from war, from bombing, from a lot of destroys that now going on in Ukraine, and people are just depressed. They lose everything, and they're trying to start their new lives from the scratch. And it's really heartbreaking how many people are losing everything, and how hard for them is start everything, and not to think that it will be able for them to come back in Ukraine, because let's say there are at least 3 regions in Ukraine is totally occupied by Russians, and it's give us less and less chances that people might come back in any point. Because all infrastructure, all homes, everything that was bought for all apartments, homes, if we're talking about, this point, everything's totally destroyed.
Right. Now, where in Ukraine are you from originally?
I'm from southeastern Ukraine, from Zaporizhia region. It is in the middle of Ukraine, but for more than east side. It's let's say 200 kilometers, which is a little bit more than 100 miles from the Russian border, from the eastern side, from Mariupol side. And they're like, let's say, less than 300 miles from Crimea. So it's it's a capital of the region. Our region is 1.7 million people live there, and the territory, it's like a Belgium.
Right. Now, you had to, unfortunately, make that decision to leave your home when all this stuff happened. You had to, it was quite the journey. I know we were in contact a lot of it when you were trying to get out. Can you tell everybody listening a little bit about what that took to get out and get to where you and your daughter and your mom were safe?
That was, we have maybe not as terrifying history like a lot of refugees right now who escaped from occupied territories, but for my family, it has a dramatic effect anyway. So we made a decision to leave our home a few days before the massive attack, that Russians invasion that happened in Ukraine. And we decided to go to their western border to Lviv region. And even when I was driving there, I have a strong feeling that we need to make all the road. It's about almost a little bit more than 900 miles. As soon as we can, at least we will need to pass the bridges in Kiev, because it was only smooth and road that more safe to my mind, the road that was more safe to do. And the point is that all Ukraine is connected by bridges. And my inner feeling was that if the bridges will be destroyed by Russians, and it might happen any moment, even now, they will be impossible to get in another side of the river, Dnieper River, and that means that we were stuck in the eastern part of Ukraine, in the left bank. And so that happened, but it's happened like 2 days later, and we already was in Kiev, but we made all this long road to Lviv as soon as we get there, and we saw that I rented an apartment there, and we saw that we'll be safe there at least for for a moment, for a few weeks, whatever. My brother called us and told that war started. It happened in 4:30 in the morning, 24th of February, and actually we wake up, and the next moment after his call, the air alarm was, and it was, and the people was bombing, and some of the buildings, infrastructure buildings, were destroyed, and we understood that we need to escape immediately, even from the western part of Ukraine, that it will be not safe for me and for my family. We were lucky enough to have a full tank of gasoline, and so we went to the border, to the Polish border, just around the 40 miles to the Polish border, but we stayed in line more than 78 hours, and it was like more than probably 1,000 cars ahead, and it was impossible even to get out from the car because you can lose your place in line. There was air alarms all the time, and I think to my family one of the most terrifying moments was when I wrote down in the hands of my daughter and my mom the names, last names, and emergency contact, just in case if we were bombing or something happened and I were not able to to help my daughter, that she'll be able to find her relatives. And if we'll be killed by Russians attack, that our body might be possible to identify. So I think that's the line itself, everything, it was hard, and to see all these already shooted cars that escaped in that night from Kiev and from Bucha, from Irpin, from Zhytomyr. But to my family, I think that moment was clear to us that war is real and that we need to move forward. And we moved to Poland, and now at Poland we stay there almost about a month. And now we moved to Austria because I think that Poland is also maybe under attack of Putin, because his bomb, one of the bomb was attacked the Ukrainian, like a Polish-Ukrainian border from Ukrainian side, and it's just a few kilometers from the Polish border. So the big mass, the real World War III, I mean, in European Union side could happen at any moment. But at this point, Austria, for now, is one of the most safest places in Europe. That is why we're here.
Okay. So, and now, I know you guys are there in Austria now, but that's not a permanent situation either, right? Because that's only a temporary location for you. So what are your options going forward?
For now, Ukrainians have maybe a lot of options to move forward, but for me, of course, the main issue is that I'm not talking German.
Right.
First of all, and the second option is that still Europe is possible. That's a huge possibility that Europe could be under massive attack, and who knows, maybe a nuclear weapon could be Putin could use any time his nuclear weapon. So our plan is going forward to North America, and actually I think that's the best solution for my family. It's hard to leave even the idea to coming back home. I mean, for the permanent residence, but I think it's Ukraine and even the Europe will be recovered after this invasion for a very long time, maybe decades.
Right. Yeah, unfortunately, it is going to take a lot to get back on track. And yeah, I can understand that you may not be able to go back, and that's something that a lot of us here and people listening to the show, they probably can't understand because it hasn't happened here. But I know you guys are living through it, and it's all Ukrainians, and you've been helping a lot of people at the refugee centers. I know a lot of language barriers, like you said, about the German being a problem, but you speak very good English. A lot of the Ukrainians don't speak English that are coming out, correct?
Yes, the people who is older than 30, I think 40, maybe even 35 years old, they didn't have a chance to learn the English in school from the first grade, so as I did. So they have a problem to get with communication, and they lose not even their child, their home, they lose their careers, possibilities to communicate normally, even to go to the doctor or fulfill the forms. And that made them desperate, and they made them feel that they will not find their place in this world again. Among them, that a lot of good specialists, but without the language, they're not able to get any good job over here, or to renew some the business skill that a lot of them have. So yes, I do help a lot of people, families, the whole families escaping, the people from areas that massively destroyed right now. And just yesterday it was a family of 9, and there was like 5 months old boy, and the oldest in this family was a grandma who is 87 years old.
Okay.
So it's family of 9. I was happy that I was able to help them with health care support for this newborn baby, and also with possibility to find them good permanent home over here nearby Vienna. So it was a blessing for them, and they were able to stay there for a long time because they have no home to come back. Their homes they had before the war, they owned the 3 houses in Ukraine. It was nearby Kyiv, so now everything is destroyed, and they just have no place to come back. That's a scare, and all the investment just burned in this war.
Right. Well, I mean, I know they're grateful that they had you there to help, and unfortunately, it's a bad situation. We do have to take a quick break. But stick around. Please don't go anywhere. We want to get back into this and some of what everybody can do moving forward. So everybody stick around. Don't go anywhere. And we'll be right back.
If you've got a job to do, call Workhorse. We can remodel your whole home, your bathroom, your kitchen, or even just put a fresh coat of paint on whatever you need. We're not handyman, we're licensed and insured contractors. Find us on Facebook, Workhorse Residential Contractor.
Water service? Don't let your money go down the drain. Make sure to get a quote from Affordable Water. Many times, Affordable Water's original price is less than the competitor's discount price. Yes, Affordable Water really is affordable. Make sure to get a quote today, because you haven't gotten a quote until it's affordable. Affordable Water.
Call 589-7677 or you reach 20. Call the Pure Water Pros. Affordable Water.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs, including lots of slipcover styles from Universal, Four Seasons, and Capri. We have a gallery of Tommy Bahama and Lexington with styles designed for a relaxed approach to the finer things in life. Right now, we're having a summer sale with lots of great markdowns, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet and closeout store directly across the street and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Ooh, how about Sunshine Day? Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Ooh, how about Sunshine Day? Sunshine.
Sell now or sell later? We'll help you decide with a free home evaluation. I'm Chris Nolan with the Nolan Group of eXp Realty. We'll discuss your options, whether to refinance or how much you can get for your home. No commitment necessary. Visit nolanshow.com. Hey everybody, glad you stuck around. We are here with Alisa, and she was telling us a little bit about her journey coming out of the Ukraine and now safely into Austria, but it's not the end of the line. So, Alisa, I hope you're doing well. I know it's late over there. What time is it there?
It's a little bit. It's 8 minutes after midnight.
Yeah, so that's a little late. So sorry for keeping you up so late, but I'm glad you were able to join us on here. So, all right, so you finally got there to Austria. I know it's been quite a bit of to do there just to get things back to somewhat of a normal way of life. You have your daughter. She's trying to go back to school a little bit. What is it the next steps for Ukrainians as a whole? What can they do, or how can we help to get people, some assistance over there?
A lot of people right now are trying to understand that do they want to stay in Europe, or they want to go to North America, and or at some point they do want to come back in Ukraine. I think that's the most important decision right now, and a lot of people trying to figure it out how to do this, how to make this decision. As soon as the decision is made, people trying, first of all, who will stay here in Europe, learn German or any other European language, because not all Europeans speak English, and not all Europeans like to speak English and communicate with you in English. The second option, coming back to Ukraine, is possible for the region that's still not occupied, so they still a chance that people are able to come back there. And the third option is going to English-speaking countries for those who speak in English. And in this case, probably a lot of people right now are trying to go to United States by a new program, Uniting for Ukrainians. And at this point, it's important to have the person like a sponsor who will be taking care about the family about the 2 years, the years while this program will lasting, at least for the first time. And now a lot of people trying to find the persons like this. Before this, it was possible to get into US with Mexico, and thousands of people just stuck over there.
Right.
So, and because their government closed that possibility for them. So we'll see how it turns out, and we'll see how the program will work. So for now, people need a support in this point, and if it's possible, if somebody could provide the additional language classes for the kids and adults who plan to go there to North America, it will be also good. And I think the primary thing right now is if also somebody wants to help, the help is needed in Ukraine, but also it's needed here in Europe for those who actually started a new life here. So if you're able to help people with some idea from language classes to, sponsorship them in US, so you're welcome. And I think mostly people need this help here even more because they already they have a horrible experience in their background where they escaped, and they're trying to survive in Ukraine now. To recover, they need much more time, and maybe also the professional psychologist support. So there are a lot of volunteer organizations that helping people here in Ukraine as well. All of them are working hard to help, like a 24/7, trying to help people with this. And a lot of people also need the medical support, which all European cultures trying to provide, but sometimes they don't really have experience to work with more trauma that was caused by bombing. And that's a huge issue. Because I already saw that even like an 8 years old boy that was caused trauma and amputation from the bombing, and they have a trauma, like a girl, like a 5 years old with face trauma because she has also this from the glass from the window, and the European, the Germany made their best, but their parents, their father actually, he's heart injured, and still it's his situation is not good now.
Right.
And well, I just hope that healthcare system here will provide him the good quality support to survive and will be able to, work after after his trauma. So as
Okay.
I know from my healthcare manager experience, US have a much better support in this case. But the mainly, I think the families who's ready to support Ukrainians could apply for the sponsorship and trying to have exactly one family, not like Ukraine itself. If you
Right.
help to one family, you help to whole Ukraine.
Well, I know I have that website, so I can upload that here for anybody that is interested. But do you have any maybe websites that we can direct people to directly reach out to people that are there that need the assistance?
I can provide the link that you can pass below. That's just a group and Facebook group, so people are connected people by the sponsorship program, and also the volunteering pages of volunteers that are very trustworthy and can actually directly and help to the people and to the families, and let's say to the communities that's already occupied, depending on what kind of help you are able to provide.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, if you could get me those links, I will be more than happy. We'll push them out on our, on our Facebook page, as well as our business pages as well. Maybe we can help make some connections and, help a few more families. So.
That will be nice, because each time I have to some people, to people which I know, that's made me think that somebody's life will become a little bit easier, and it's make the sense that people are able to move forward and not just survive, also live their full life. And that's important, because the world is still not just resource like financial resource, life still the life from the people and from adults and from the kids, which is, I think, the most dramatic part of this war.
Right. Well,
Already over 300 kids already killed, so.
How many?
Officially, 300 kids officially. It's without the Mariupol and all occupied regions. It's just Kiev, Bucha, and Irpin. And around 1,000 kids are injured by this war. So, and their destiny will be find out what's happened to them when they become adults, and how this will be, we find out in the kids.
Well, I know I'll feel a lot better when you're safely here in the U.S. and all that stuff is, done. Obviously, it's going to take a long, long time for Ukraine to get back to where they're supposed to be. Hopefully, this craziness stops. 300, any kids is too much, but 300 is way out of hand. So, we wish you well. Hope the rest of your journey stays safe, and hopefully there's no more major occurrences. Hopefully he gets he pulls back or does something, so, or ends this soon. So, but I do look forward to talking to you more, and I'm we feel for you over here. Please get us those links. I'll make sure we get them around. Unfortunately, I wish I had more time here, but I'll definitely be talking to you, and we'll be sharing this more with everybody that's out there. For anybody that wants the information, please email me directly. I'll get all the information, make the connections, and maybe we can make some changes and actually help some people out there. Unfortunately, it's a bad situation, but we've already found that we can still do some good in these bad situations. So we do have to run. Alisa, thank you so much for joining us. Can't wait to see you here real soon. Please stay safe, and say hi to your mom and your daughter for us, and we will see you soon. We do have to cut out. So for everybody out there, follow us on Facebook, follow us to your new home, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye.